The dating game. How romantic. But it's kind of boring, right? I mean, I think that it should actually be a game, which is why I've assigned levels and points to it. Basically, what I've done is turned the dating process into something that can either be played as a single person or multiple person game. The single person version involves leveling up and accumulating points and then starting over as soon as you fail and trying to beat your best score. The multiple person version involves working with a bunch of friends who are also dating, setting a time period, and then trying to be the one at the end of that time period with the most points. Now, what you choose to set as points and levels is really up to you and whatever friends you might be playing with, but this is the way that I've done it. It starts at level 1, online flirtation. At level 1, there are only 2 things that can earn you points. You can get 1 point for actually getting a response to a message that you send out. You can get 2 points for actually getting someone's real name. That's it at level 1, but when you consider how many people you can send messages to and how many conversations you can start, you can actually rack up a lot of points at this level. But let's move on to level 2, in which the online flirtation turns into something more of what could become a real-life relationship. At this level, you can get 3 points for the first time you get someone's phone number and for the first text message that a person sends to you. You get 4 points the first time someone sends you their email address. Now, I say email addresses are a little bit more meaningful than phone numbers because they can be wielded as weapons of online stalking. You can get 5 points at level 2 for having your first vocal phone call with someone. Now, these tend to be a little bit more rare and they can be super awkward, so fewer people really go for them, but I say that they are worth more points for that reason, so go for it if you want to be a winner. If you're even more able to tolerate awkward moments, go for your first video chat. I make that, in my version of the game at least, worth 7 points because they are super, super rare and they can be really, really awkward even when you know someone well. Finally, at level 2, I say that you get 8 points for becoming friends with someone on an external social network. So something off the online dating site you might be using, such as Facebook or Twitter. Of course, online stalking can only be so satisfying, right? So let's move on to level 3, in which you meet people in the real world. Just for going on a first date with someone, I say that you rack up 10 points, which is pretty significant. You also get 1 point for each instance of casual physical contact. Now that's nothing intentional, but more something like, like an arm grab or guiding across a crosswalk or something really, really brief, but still, 1 point for each one of those. Of course, you get more points for more intentional bits of physical contact. So I say 5 points for the first hug and 5 points for the first handhold if that takes place. Now, of course, hugs and holding hands is all fine and dandy, but the real point winner on first dates or subsequent dates is a kiss. That is worth 20 points. And a second date is also worth 20 points. Can you get even more points than 20? You betcha! You can get 30 points for a third date or any instance of physical contact more involved than kissing. So that's all of level 3 as far as I'm concerned. You might want to add on more details, but you can also, as you like, add on additional levels, such as level 4, relationships, level 5, marriage or living together, and level 6, divorce. Now, of course, you may return to level 1 at any point along this path, but it's really about accumulating points, so that's what I look out for. So that's my version of the dating game. You might find it strange, but next time you're unlucky in love, keep in mind that while I might also be unlucky in love, I'm having a lot of fun racking up points and laughing my butt off. So, multiplayer round, anyone?